That's essential that you don't have curbs like that.
Okay, there we go then. As you said, we've got a Brit on pole, a rookie pole as well for Callum Ilott. Let's see if he can turn it into victory. Let's head upstairs to Alex Jakes.
When the sport that brings you joy suddenly brings you heartbreak, you are confronted with a choice: stop and despair, or endure and continue. The drivers of Formula 2 who reject despair, not because they do not grieve, but because they are determined in their defiance. Know this with certainty: Antoine Hubert feature race begins after the 5 red lights go out. We're underway in Monza. A lot of wheel spin from the second row. Matsushita with a flying start, elbows out, and Nikita Mazepin's been shuffled back down the order, maintaining pole position, looking left, looking right, and maintaining the lead into turn number 1. Callum Ilott will hang on to it. Joe hangs on to second place, up to third position goes Matsushita there, and the dams are side by side. Sete Camera versus Latifi. Nikita Mazepin has lost out hugely, going deep. The driver who started in third position, the battle for plenty more. Callum Ilott was slightly apprehensive about the start, got everything right, and in the background that is how Guan Yu Zhou at the time was up to second position. The white and black car of Nikita Mazepin deep into the turn. He knew he was never going to make it. This is what it looked like from 13th on the grid. Luca Giotto straight round a Lacey.
The getaway was just perfect and done a little trim, and then we check it out. Seems that he's going to choose the outside line, but then changed here, and he's... Whoa! What a break on the inside!
Risked it, knew he needed to today to make the blue car, chasing the Chinese driver in the yellow, shaping for a move to the inside, but not quite. Oh no, Joe's outbraked himself, and he's gone off, and he will lose second position. Car spinning, there is Louis Delatraz, knocked round at turn number 1, and he will have to recover, falling down. Extraordinary stuff.
Why you cut the chicane? Unbelievable. Oh, look, there was a contact, and at the end, the Delatraz, I think, spun and lost everything.
So this is Nick de Vries, we're on board. We've got his teammate Nikita Mazepin ahead, Giuliano Alesi involved there and onto the grass. Oh, and that is scary, scary stuff for Nick de Vries, who thankfully was all right. And continues Matsushita. Here is Nick de Vries getting past Giuliano Alesi, the white and black car getting past the blue Trident. De Vries on the charge, and he is working his way now up to 11th position. Well, they're having to look after the tyres, but if you're Callum Ilott, you're having to look in the rear mirror, because this is the battle for the lead, and Matsushita is trying to go the long way round, trying to go around the outside. Can he pick his braking spot? Yes, he can. Now Latifi battling his teammate again for third position as Giotto battles his teammate, fights all the way through the field. Giotto has a lot of traction. Here we go back to the battle for the lead. Ilott in the white and navy car, and the blue car now the outside line, turning into the inside line for the Della Rosa chicane is our new race leader. Nobuharu Matsushita gets through, and it's side by side with Joe putting the pressure on Latifi, who couldn't get past Sete Camera, and now the Virtuosi cars are all over the road. Giotto has got better traction off the corner with the soft tyres failing, and he's got past his teammate and gone in 5 laps from 13th to 5th.
It was very smart at the time, Giotto, to choose the perfect line. He just crossed the line, and he's pushing and he's attacking at the moment.
Oh, Giotto having to hug the inside line. Joe was coming back there, marginal between the teammates, but they raced cleanly. So Giotto has, for the time, has got up to 5th position. You see that change in the timing tower on the left-hand side. Now Nikita Mazepin is lapped down, so he is not in 3rd position. Issue there for Guan Yu Zhou, who falls back a further position to Jordan King.
Look, Giotto, he just crossed the line and then boom, on the inside and exit. He was able to open the gas a little earlier, and he took the position. Very smart at the moment.
Great move. And in the course of the round of pit stops, he has jumped both Dams cars. There's Nicholas Latifi locking up, coming into the pits.
Was very good at the move of Drew, and here, wow, what a smoke. Yeah, he just tried at the end.
His tyres will not be up to temperature. It would be easy to lock up here. Here comes Latifi back out. He will be racing against Guan Yu Zhou. Zhou with those tyres up to temperature. That's going to affect a lock up there into the first game, but certainly traction coming out of this corner. That's going to be the opportunity for Guan Yu Zhou.
You're right, the best opportunity of the race. He needs to overtake Latifi at the next break. He's trying on the inside here, but it's outside of the break.
Can he be brave? Can he be late on the brakes? He can to get past. Super move from Guan Yu Zhou. The Chinese driver gets past the Canadian Nicholas Latifi, separated on track by absolutely nothing. Wide moment there for Jordan King to surely open the door for Mick Schumacher, who pulls out of the slipstream, and he's got his eyes on second place. And with DRS, is he going to be able to pull ahead? The answer is yes, and Schumacher moves up to second place if he can pick his braking spot for the first chicane. way.
Small mistake for King at the Parabolica. He went a bit too wide. He lost a bit of control of the car and the
Latifi behind, the yellow car of Joe, the navy car of Latifi. Defensive line for Joe, and this time he gave him a bit more room, but never really looked like it. Likely on board, very close to contact as they got on the power there.
This is good. A fantastic asset for Latifi that he just changing the line to be immediately on full throttle just outside the corner, and look, now you need to change the line outside for the next break.
He was overtaken around the outside a few laps ago. He's not going to be given the room this time. Oh, contact and a puncher for Guan Yu Zhou. Damage to the front wing of championship contender Nicholas Latifi, and through goes the championship leader Nick de Vries. Sergio Sette Camara ahead of him. Fine margins.
Not easy. Look, Joe usually opened the line at the end. There was no space, so probably Joe was not fantastic in that approach. He just went too much on the right.
He's an idiot. He kept crossing the line on the braking. You can't do this.
Okay, I agree. Yeah,
Latifi knows that today was a huge opportunity. Now, does Joe cut across the line, Davide, in your opinion?
yeah, I think that was just he just moved a bit. How quick is him at that moment? Ah, look the cut where.
So this was the time penalty, locking up and race control judging that the only way Sette Camara maintained the position was by leaving the track and gaining an advantage.
Agree with them.
Versus Sauber Junior team, and now on track. He's got the position on the timing page. He's got the position on track. Nick de Vries moves up to what could be a place on the podium later on, having started down in second. The alternate strategy. It was an alternate strategy that Luca Giotto had hoped had taken him into podium contention. When tightening up that wheel, it didn't initially work.
So probably was the gun, eh? Because look, he pulled back the gun.
What happened with the gun? I don't know, mate. We'll have to have a look at that later. Let's focus on what we're doing now, please.
And that is...
We check it out.
Will he try into the first chicane? I think he will. Will Ilott be able to fight back? I don't think so. He's just thinking about his tyres. Change of position for second position. Up goes Nick de Vries. Has damaged them. And now he drops back into the clutches. Oh, very nearly losing it before he'd even got out of the corner. It's going to be simple for Luca Giotto. Difference in tyre compound. Difference in speed under traction. And now a difference of position. Up to fourth place goes Luca Giotto. Moves ahead. And he will be looking at a podium from starting 13th, and a bad pit stop in there on the alternate strategy. For the moment, he's got tyres for everyone else are worn, and Callum Ilott, who was running second for so long, falls off the podium. Luca Giotto on the alternate strategy gets through for a home racetrack, and de Vries will try and offer a defence, but I'm not sure it's going to be enough. This is for second position, and now it belongs to Luca Giotto, who on the alternate strategy ran on the mediums, made a load of places earlier on, and he puts de Vries down to third place. Giotto from 13th on the grid with the medium tyres at the start.
He was in danger. Here is spectacular, Giotto. The exit of the second Lesmo is just so good and so fast. And look, DRS open and then break deep to Ascari. It's just his place, second.
Oh, nearly lost it though into the first Lesmo.
It's important because it's the last lap. Too close the entries here. It's going to pay the exit here for sure. Because, you know, it's the last lap. Maybe you can try to maintain the position, but now DRS open for Sette Camara. Easy overtake. So, fourth position for him.
Yeah, up to fourth for Sergio Sette Camara. We are on the final lap. He will be looking for the checkered flag. He can see it now. Nobuharu Matsushita wins his second feature race of the year by taking the checkered flag at Monza. He punches the air after a super performance. In the end, Luca Giotto got the gap down to 5.7 seconds. Overtakes, could he have closed down? Do you think that pit stop cost him, or do you think that the gap was always a little bit too much?
He could fight for the victory, because with no mistakes at the box, less second lost, less overtakes to do, and you can conserve the tires better and have the tires fresh to the end.
Matsushita beating Luca Giotto by 5.7 seconds. Nick de Vries from the back to the podium. Callum Ilott, a strong fourth place. Well done to him under difficult circumstances. Sergio Sette Camara in fifth after that 5-second penalty for leaving the track and gaining an advantage was applied. Jordan King was sixth on the alternate strategy. Giuliano Alesi in seventh position. Jack Aitken will start on reverse grid pole. Sean Galale was in ninth place. Mahavir Raghunathan scores his first point in Formula 2. Nikita Mazepin in 11th. Marino Sato in